No, no Red Dead. Hmm. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, you know what? I don't tell people that I want them to kill themselves, but there is somebody I want them to go kill themselves. Billy the Fat Pig. Please. Don't show this to anybody, but I'm going to show you, please. Snap. Please, Joker. And don't think anything less of me. And he only knows this because I told this to his girlfriend in fucking confidence when I thought she was my fucking friend. Yes. I don't fucking wish anybody to fucking go kill themselves, but right now I do wish you would. You don't fucking say that shit to anybody. You don't bring anybody's fucking real life into shit like that, especially something like that. Yes, I am streaming right now. That's why I said, that's why I sent that to you in a message. I didn't say it out loud. Granted, it's... I gotta go over to... Yeah. You should hop on and come over to our, Astro server. Oh, that's right. Now, why did I come into this part? I gotta go over to... Hmm? Oh, Lord Jesus. Right. Right. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, shit. Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah, but oh, man. That part of my past is not something that I talk about, but he want to try to say that I failed at that. I ain't made fucking good ass money in that. But it's not something you fucking sit there and you fucking boast about and those nights that I brought in over 5,000 fucking dollars. What the? I want to fucking run part. Yeah, I have the hat right here. Yeah. What? Deadshot. Oh, your friend. Oh. People have lives. They don't want to. I remember fighting TNT all the time. Holy fuck. I actually used to have good conversations with some of the TNT members. Yeah. I don't think I ever. Um, I think, yeah. Oh god. Um. Oh. Yeah, Mama Chole and I have been good friends for a long time. She's a sweetheart. Huh? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, very bad boy. Oh, Lord. Jesus. Yeah, well, I didn't cheat, and I got cheated on, and I still don't cheat. I tried it for like 3 days, 2 to 3 days, and I said it's boring, and hmm, yeah. I did try it for 3 days. I tried to use freeze like for 3 days, and I just too. Hmm. Right. I got 2, 4, 5. Oh, Lord Jesus. Good Lord. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Right. Which crew? Yeah. Yeah, I remember there was a person in that crew that fucking told me that they were gonna beat the shit out of me, beat me to a bloody pulp, piss on my body, kill my cats, and fucking set my house on fire. Yeah. Damn. Damn. Alright. Oh, jeez. Good God. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Gotcha. Oh. Uh. Oh, shit. Gotcha. Hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go use the little girl's room. Give me a minute. Sorry, honey, I couldn't hold it anymore. Okay. Who? Who? Oh. Mhm. Mhm. What? Get that. Get that. Mm. Mhm. Mhm. Now, is it Kitty La Parlay Me or something like that? Yeah. Oh, okay. I see. I know the Kitty La Parlay. Mhm. Gotcha. Mhm. 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 Oh Lord. Oh God. Oh Lord. Mhm. 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 Good Lord. Mm-mm. Mhm. Oh. Jeez. Damn. Right. Mm. Uh, TNT offered me to join them, but I was like, nah. I wasn't going to. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh. Ooh. Uh. Oh. Uh. Mm-hmm. 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 Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Mhm. 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 Gotcha. Right. Did I remember fucking Dead Eye Fairy being God mode and we made a fool of her. Oh Lord, we fucking. Mhm. 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 Only way it's not easy to be hogtied is if you're a really good freeze lagger. Yep. Or defensive. Yep. 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 Hmm. Oh God. Hmm. Oh Lord. Rude. Mhm. Oh God. Mm. Oh Lord. Mhm. Oh, come on. Mm. Right. Mm. Oh, damn. Right. Right. Yeah, it's the same way with. It's the same way with A1CE, except for the second time there was no vote for me. The leaders said you're in. They didn't even have me do another vote. They already knew that if there was another vote, it would be another no. So they were like, nah, we've been trying to get her in for years, and she's finally agreed to come. We're putting her in. So, mm, yeah, mm, right, yeah. But the first time they did do a vote, and everybody like it was a big old fat no. Like literally, almost everybody said no. Only like a few people said yes, and it was actually people that knew me and liked me and shit. They said yeah, and then the majority said no. And then the second time, they were like, yeah, no, no, you're joining. Like there was no vote. They were like, no, you're just in. And a lot of people were fucking pissed. People even left because I got in. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, well, if you really thought of Ace as your home, then you wouldn't have left, no matter who joined. Yeah. Well, Red Dead has really been dead anyways, honestly. There's really nothing. Oh, yeah? Mm. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna. Once. Once I get, once I buy 7 Days to Die on my laptop on Steam, I'm gonna start up a group on 7 Days to Die because you can have, I think, up to like 100 people in the server. I do, yes, but you can only have like 4 people in a session. Whereas you can have a bunch on Steam. Yes. On if I do it through the Steam. Yes. And but yeah, it is crossplay. Why? Why do you ask? Yes. Yes, it is. Yes. Mhm. Yeah. Yep. Mhm. Nice. Well, I was told the Xbox Red Dead is pretty dead. There's only maybe like 2 or 3 people on each server. Mhm. Mhm. Oh jeez. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Uh-huh. Yeah. That's a good thing. Yeah. It's pretty fucking awesome. Right. Oh Lord. Uh. uh, uh Ew. Racist, basically. Mhm. Mm. Oh. Mm. Gotcha. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Mm. Oh, Lord. Mm-mm. Good Lord. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Jesus. Mm. Mm-mm. Mm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got kicked out of it long ago. I got kicked out of it because, yeah, you know, most hated player. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Yep. Right. Right. Oh yeah, I know. I heard lots of stories, especially the fact that AOH did not let females into their party chats. I know. Mhm. I never had the pleasure of meeting Murphy. Probably got fed up with everything. Mhm. Right. Mhm. Mm. Shit sounds kind of like the war I had with fucking when I was fucking and I had just rejoined fucking 12, and me and fucking robot were making a fucking pelt lobby, and I got jumped by fucking Roxio and some other AOH members, and fucking sat there and fought a fucking 3-day fucking war. Mhm. Right. Mm. Mm. Right. Mhm. Right. Right. Mm. Right. Mhm. Hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Hmm. Right. Right. Who? Oh, I don't remember them. Mm. Oh, Envy. Envy. Yes. They were a part of Iron. Yes, they were a part of Iron. Yes. Mm. Oh, Jesus. Right. Right. Mm. Right. Mm. Damn. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Gotcha. Right. Right. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, I was blacklisted from Iron Alliance too, but when the Iron Alliance is gone, I'm now uh, able to join Ace and all that because there is no Iron. Just like I'm blacklisted from Watch Shit, but I'm only blacklisted. I'm only blacklisted from Watch Shit because I left it twice. Even though people want to say I got kicked from it, I didn't get kicked. I left. Big difference, people. I've left every crew literally that I've been in. I've only been kicked from one, and that was GW, and they invited me to join back, and I went back, and then I left it again. Oh, wait, no, I did get kicked from one crew, and they've been trying to get me to go back too, and that's CBR, and I've been saying no. So, not really, no. No. They are, but I won't. Once I've been kicked from a crew, I honestly won't rejoin them. been there and did that with GW, and ever since GW, I won't do it again. Yeah, well, the only reason why I got kicked from GW was based on lies, so... Right. Right. Yep. I know. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. 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 Hi, Kilo. It's going good. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Hi, Kilo. It's going good. How are you, honey? And thank you for stopping by. Go ahead. Sorry, Kilo came in to say hi. He's a good friend. He's a 12th member, but he'll stop in and say hi. He's not one of the toxic people.
That's good.
Yes.
So, anyway, so after that, like, basically, after we made that mistake, there was a day that a radio demon was talking shit about her to the rest of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of talking to me and Ray and the other leaders about it, because Radio himself was a leader,
Right.
she decided to take it upon herself to go after him about it. And she just went quiet. She would do this petty shit where she would go quiet for 20 minutes and not talk at all or say anything to anybody. It's because she'd be seething about something. Like some other female in the party chat would laugh at something me or Ray would say, and she would get so that she wouldn't even talk, and sometimes she'd leave the party for a bit because she would get so overly jealous. But anyways, she went quiet like this one day, and then Ray and I were messaging each other, one like, "What the hell? Like, what is she doing?" Well, she was messaging Radio to get his ass in there, and going off on Radio and messages, and he spawned in, and she immediately went off screaming. Like there was no greeting. Like he spawned in and said, "Hi, what's up?" And her only greeting was to completely come unglued and attack him. Like attack him full on shooting him. And
Lord.
I stayed out of it. Like I just stood still. Like I wasn't going to shoot him or anything. Like I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And after this was done, we had an emergency leaders meeting with Shadow and everybody. And I talked to him and I said, like, this is what actually happened. Like it was not Radio's fault. Like, fucking went off on him. And we ended up putting it to a vote, and the majority of the leaders voted to take her out of leadership role because she didn't have a level enough head. But she got the one leader that was a bit of a simp for her, because even Ray, while dating her, even voted this way and agreed
Right.
that she needed to be taken out of leadership. But what she did is manipulated this other guy to believe that we were trying to kick her all the way from the crew. She had all the crew believing the sob story that we were trying to throw her out in the cold and wah, wah, wah. And ended up happening was because it had to be vote. He spawned in and was like, it doesn't have to be unanimous vote to remove somebody from leadership. Like, like what the hell? And we tried to explain to him and he wouldn't listen. And finally, because this guy also was the guy that wasn't joining wars, he was hiding in private lobbies with whatever e-girl he was humping at the time. Shadow got fed up with it and full out left the crew. So it left the crew to me, Ray, and Teresa.
Oh, jeez.
So since Ray was my best friend at the time, I ended up having to just go quiet and deal with it because I didn't want to lose him as a friend, even though I was still pretty pissed at her.
Oh, Lord.
And then because of, you know, them, what ended up happening is she basically took control of the crew and she kicked Radio out of the crew.
Oh, God.
So then that sparked like a whole war because I was having to defend Ray as Radio was actually going after them because of her. So that's why I ended up having to fight Radio for so long. And then from there, basically, like it just kind of died after I had a huge falling out with her. The final straw, I can't even remember when it was over. There was a final straw with me and her after her and Ray broke up. And finally Ray and I left on colors. Like we left it. And just left the dead crew to her. Because she'd killed the crew by that point. Like the other members we had. Our main alliance in beta was the Aussie Nomads. And we lost them as an alliance because they hated her before she joined us. And from there I tried to do my own little crew for a little bit. And kind of halfway around solo while Ray went into Evolution. And then the beef with Radio and Classics, we didn't have a booter. And they did. That's what killed Evolution, is because Evolution wouldn't cheat, they wouldn't freeze, they wouldn't do anything to defend themselves. So one lone booter basically just took out their crew and basically wiped their crew completely. So
well, some people don't feel like it's necessary to use a cheat on a game. I mean,
yeah, I know, but it just, how it worked out was they were getting shit like completely fried because they wouldn't get the VPN and defend themselves with the VPN even. So like they were just getting completely fucked and they didn't know how to fight back.
Gotcha.
So that's why I was always on the political side of things. Ray was always the guy that was getting with every fucking thing with a vagina in every crew.
Oh, Lord.
And I was the analyst that was sitting back just cleaning up his mess.
Gotcha.
So basically I was forward thinking to think, okay, we can't fight back with what we got, we need something better. And that's when I thought Iron. So I initially tried to join Murphy's Law the first time, but they didn't respond on the community page.
Mhm.
And later, said that he wished he had saw the message and responded, because I
Mhm.
ended up messaging the Iron Alliance community page,
Mhm.
and Mickham got with me, and I ended up getting in the TNT, and then I got Ray in the TNT after me,
Mhm.
and because they had VPN and everything, and that's where I learned everything after that. And then I pretty much went from TNT, Murphy's Law, and and then now my own crew again.
Yeah.
So I never did a whole lot of crew hopping. Like every crew that I was in for 2 to 3 years at a time. Like I was
Yeah.
in TNT for at least 2.5 years, and then Murphy's Law for 2 years, and I was in Shoe for almost 2 years, even though they weren't really active when I was able to be on.
Yeah.
But Shoe was just kind of a fluke, though. Like I didn't really know who they were,
Right.
and because when Murphy's Law disbanded, LA Chick went into Shoe and started dating Zera,
Yeah.
and he was one of the leaders. She brought him into our party chat one day.
I don't know why people keep trying to say that I was in shoe. I was never in shoe. I just helped and I was stayed solo. I was offered to join, but I never joined.
Yeah, never in Shoe.
I never ever joined shoe. I was
And
offered.
the weird thing about that was probably, I hate to say it, it was the only reason that was my least favorite crew that I was ever in, was just because 99% of the people in there didn't speak the same language as me. That was the
Right.
first time I was in a crew that I didn't speak the language that majority of them were in. Because almost every crew I was in before that was the majority American and Australian.
I didn't want to join shoe because I already knew how toxic they were. They were one of the crews that was very toxic to me when I left the Attack Alliance, and there was just no way I would ever. No, thank you. I knew exactly how fucking toxic they were.
I never really saw that side of them, but I mean, I spent most of my Red Dead career being one of
I
the most
knew that
toxic crews and
Zero
probably one of the most
was.
toxic people, so.
I knew that Zero was cleaning it up and was doing what he was doing, but there was no way I was gonna join. No, no, thank you.
That was the other thing that actually made me a little bit mad at him and Callie, was because they got me in the crew and
Mhm.
then barely interacted with me. Like I would message him for something on Instagram or somewhere because he didn't want me to message him on PlayStation,
Mhm.
and it would sometimes take him days to get back to me for anything.
Yeah.
To the point where I was actually in Shoe for 3 months before I added to their party chat.
Oh damn.
So like a majority of the members, like when I got added in after being in there for 3 months, I'm like, "Who's the new member?"
And
Like
the
I've been here
other,
for 3 months.
the thing that really pissed me off is like fucking Santist. Like he did not like me. He kept trying to kick me out of the chats and shit. And Sarah would keep adding me back in there. He would tell him to fucking knock it off, but Santis wouldn't. Santis fucking hated my guts and still does.
Yeah, Santos is I don't know. I never got to really know him very well, but like just from what Temujin told me about him, because Temujin was bragging about this, but like I
Mhm.
kind of viewed this as a reason not to trust him,
Mhm.
because Temujin was telling me he was in 12th and doxing other 12th members while being in 12th,
Mhm.
and it's like if you troll whatever crew you're in, like that's kind of fucked, like to do it
Mhm.
that way, but I never know if it was true or not either.
Mhm.
That's just Temujin, you know. So, and it wasn't even Temujin trying to badmouth them. It was just like to say like, oh, like Santos is in my corner. Like I got this badass hacker in my corner, and that was what Temujin's angle was when even talking about it was, was bragging. Oh, that's my nephew. Like, and he'll boot anybody I want him to or do anything like that. Yada yada yada. You don't want to mess with Santos. He's a troll. He'll troll everybody and all that. So I only know what I know about Santos just because of Temujin's gums flopping. I never
Mhm.
really got to. I was in party chat with Santos a handful of times, and he was kind of quiet and respectful when he talked and everything. But beyond that, I never got to know him, like to know for myself,
Mhm.
what kind of a person he is.
Mm. He is a fucking
But I've
disrespectful little
not
fuck.
heard. Yeah, I've not heard. I've heard. I don't know. I've heard more bad than good. But that's just people gossiping. I can't
Mhm.
make an actual definition, but.
No, he's some sort of fucking like prince or something like that. He's
Yeah, I know he's rich and loaded. That's what
yeah,
Temujin kept saying. Is he has like an heir to a lot of money.
yeah,
Uh, which in a country where women are sex slaves can be bought and
yeah,
stuff, where rich guys are gonna do that. That's why I didn't have a lot of sympathy for him over the Banana Girl thing. Like,
yeah.
I trolled the fuck out of Banana Girl just because Temujin hated her and he was in my
Mhm.
crew at the time.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, when I learned the rest of like their culture and everything, I stopped being sorry for him.
yeah,
I don't like maybe it's fucked up, but I just don't feel sorry for him after learning their culture.
yeah.
That's the only reason um, I've always been on the opposite side of Arabs on the game, like just because of how they treat women in party chats, how they treat women in their countries. Like it's always bad, something I would couldn't stomach.
Mm. Yeah, well, still,
Because
it's
I would never talk to a woman or treat a woman the way they do,
to me,
the way I've witnessed them do.
it's disgusting that she still did it, honestly. It's not about
It
him,
is.
it's about what she did.
I know, I know that, and I don't know the full story to where, because I've heard accounts to where she didn't know his age and he came on to her and made it
Hmm.
seem like he was older, and that she didn't know his age. But I don't know because
She even
I've
told
never
me,
seen like some of these other situations
she told
where
me, she told me she knew his age, and I've even seen messages where she stated that she did know his age, and she didn't care.
okay, yeah, that's why I couldn't make a definitive thing on that because like some other situations on here I've seen the entire like chat, like the
Hmm.
entire conversation without anything like blurted out or anything.
Hmm.
So I was like, yep, that's a pedo. But then other times they put up like this half-ass proof to say somebody is
Hmm.
without showing the whole context of everything.
Right.
And that's why I didn't even make like I still ain't even made any kind of the like well nobody's really asked my opinion on it really either about
Hmm.
oh what's her name, her other friend, um why can't I think of her goddamn name?
Who?
Fuck me. Um, something oh Merlin. Jesus
Mm.
fucking Christ.
Merlin.
That's why I like when I read the whole thing. I just like I left it neutral,
Hmm.
like because some of it seemed out of context and some of it didn't. And like weird to be
Yeah.
having that conversation, but like when you don't know the age. So I stayed
Yeah.
neutral on that one just because.
Well, in
But
my
then
eyes,
again, I'm not active enough in the community to ask my opinion on things anymore. Anyway,
to me, it didn't look. It looked like she didn't know the age. So I'm. What I saw is the girl stating, "Why did you flirt with me without knowing my age?" The messages that I saw, she stopped flirting with the girl when she saw the age. So
when she found out, yeah.
yeah, but everybody
And
keeps
that's
trying to
reasonable. She
say
really should have checked the age first, but it is an honest mistake that does happen
I've done it
because
before myself. I didn't find out the person's age at the beginning, and then once I did find out the age, I was like, "Oh fuck me," and I stopped.
I've gotten kind of lucky because of my approach to everything after watching other people fail.
Yep.
I never really pushed the whole eat eating thing on here, even when
Yep.
I wanted to. Partly because the thing that pissed me off, Ray always beat me to any girl I even started to like on here.
Oh.
Anyway, but any girl that I ever dated on here usually was actually got pushed at me. They either asked me out or our friends group kind of thought, oh, they're a great couple, and pushed us. That's how KJ and I actually got together. Was neither one of us really thought about it, and then our friends group just pushed us together at each other,
Aw.
and then it just kind of happened.
Have you spoken to KJ as of late? No, you guys don't.
Last I know, I think we have each other blocked.
You still have each other blocked? What the fuck? You guys still
Well,
can't get
because
past shit? Or...
no, it wasn't even that. It was so in the wake of us breaking up, there was an incident where it got brought to my attention that there was a guy called TNT Pains that was in TNT. Well, obviously with TNT Pains. And he got kicked out because he was blackmailing this girl to stay with him for like a year.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time she wanted to break up because he was abusive, he would send her pictures of empty pill bottles or knives or threaten to kill himself.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
So he was blackmailing her to stay with him by suicide, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to do the same thing with Angel Eyes in a
Mm-hmm.
way, and Angel Eyes just, they didn't take it and called him out.
Mm-hmm.
And he got kicked from TNT. And why this is important to this story is this coincided around the same time that I broke up with KJ.
Mm-hmm.
And because KJ was mad at me, and he knew this, he was terrified of me because he was scared that they were going to send me after him to boot him.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted leverage, right? So since KJ was one of the only people I ever lit on my Facebook, he got a hold of KJ to get my Facebook info.
Mm.
And I don't know for sure, one way or the other, if she really gave it to him or not, but there were screenshots of a conversation between her and him that alluded in this group chat where they were asking her for it, that basically alluded that she had given him this information.
Oh.
And then Ray brought it to my attention, and then I brought it to Murphy's Law leader's attention because it was the week I joined Murphy's Law.
Mm-hmm.
And I had already got my 2-week in, and I was fully recruited in M Law.
Mm-hmm.
And then ironically, the reasons I left TNT to go into Murphy's Law, they both followed me in the Murphy's Law. Angel Eyes and KJ.
Right.
So I thought that was kind of ironic, but like that happened the same week that she joined Murphy's Law with me.
Mm.
And at the end of it, basically I washed it off. I was like, you know what? I knew how she is, and I called it water under the bridge. If she did do it or not, I didn't care.
Right.
I forgave her anyway because I knew she was really emotionally upset. And at the end of the day, no real harm came of it because he didn't really fuck with my information or anything.
Right.
So I thought, I'll just call it water under the bridge, and then fuck it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up unblocking each other, and she grew a lot in Murphy's Law. But why that's important to this part of the story of why we're blocked now is whenever the situation with Divine happened,
Mm-hmm.
I was playing Helldivers, and I was in a party with Divine, and I got KJ to join, and she didn't know Divine was in there,
Mm-hmm.
and she got pissed off and immediately left because Divine was in there.
Oh,
Because
no.
she was hanging out with Velvet and all them that were bad-mouthing Divine. Not Velvet and Pumpkin and what's the other one? I can't remember the other one.
I've never heard Velvet
And
bad
so
talk.
she wasn't. Well, I don't know if she was. It was just that little group that was playing together into the chat. I just can't think of the other one's name right now. It was the other one that was besides Pumpkin that was bad-mouthing her. Not Velvet,
Raven?
but there was Velvet. I think no. Well, there was Raven. She was hanging out with Raven too. But there's another one. I can't. Luna. So she was hanging out with Raven, Luna, and I think off and on Velvet. I don't know. Well, no, KJ and Velvet had a falling out before that, so no.
Yeah,
It
I
was
know
just
what that
Luna
was all
and,
about.
I do too. Luna and Raven and them were in Fortnite together with KJ.
Mm-hmm.
And so she was listening to Luna and all that because Luna was listening to Raven. And yeah, so she wouldn't hear out Divine's side of the story or anything, or even just hang out with Divine as a neutral friend.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't going to ask anybody to pick sides. The only one that actually asked anyone to pick was Raven. And Raven tried to deny that later, but we had screenshots of an Instagram story where she did a poll.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was fucking hilarious. But, and then just recently some things came to light, I don't remember what all, but basically just proved that Raven was a liar about the whole thing.
Oh, jeez.
So that was kind of gratifying. I predicted that when it happened, but we knew eventually all the people involved in that were going to have a falling out with each other, and everything was going to come to light.
Oh,
And it did.
Good.
But that was what happened was why that's important to the story now, though, about the KJ thing, was because KJ went off on the thing, messaging her about it on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't want, to even be in a party with her. And I was like, well, listen, and I hadn't told KJ anything about this that I knew about the Facebook thing until this moment. I told her, oh, listen, when people were telling me that you doxed me and this other stuff, I gave you benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with me thinking you actually doxed me.
Mm-hmm.
I still gave you benefit of the doubt and all this other stuff, and that was the point I was trying to make. But she took it as I was accusing her of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what she focused on, and yeah. she ended up leaving every chat that she had with me and then unfriending me on every account on PlayStation. Everything. The whole time was done with it.
No Lord.
Because she actually owed a lot to Divine in 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Because Divine helped her with a lot of situations where she didn't have the courage to talk to certain people.
Right.
And yeah, Divine actually helped her out a lot. And then she wouldn't even give Divine the time of the day.
That's crazy.
And then it's even more sad when it comes to light, really, that, you know, we already knew all along, but nobody else would believe at the time, is that Raven was lying the entire time to stir up drama.
Yeah, people will do shit to cause drama. It's crazy.
So, which I didn't even existed before all that happened too.
That's why I try to stay away from drama. I mean, I had that drama with, you know, the name we shall not say, but I try to stay away from the shit. I'm just not all for it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of those things that kind of just found us.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
it was kind of fucking wild too, because that was kind of why me and you had that, like, how severe the things that were going on at that time was kind of why my Muse falling out was so bad at. Because there was people in 12th that fucked with our account information, like our banking.
Damn.
Like Tombstone actually had somebody mess with his Cash App, like not his Cash App, but his Apple Store shit, send him out of that. It was somebody had pinged out that it was actually somebody in the community, possibly in 12th, that had actually fully doxed Divine before that, like her address, her bank,
shit.
everything at that point before that.
Good Lord.
So there was a lot of shit coming our way. Like, just my little friends group at the time, like, we hadn't made a crew at this point. Like, after Shu disbanded, I was just running solo in a friends group.
Right.
And because I was the one that was good at confrontation, I was kind of the leader of the little friends group. So any new people that came around, any problems, I was the one that dealt with it.
Right.
And that's how it ended up turning into me leading a crew. And turning it into a crew was when Divine came back around, we made it into a crew.
See, I ran my own crew for a little bit, and I had some 12th members in it, like 12th members that didn't want to fight and shit, and were just like flower pickers. And then, like, when I joined Crime War, and I was also in Kine at the time, and just, you know, this is before Kine went in fucking you know, did the whole join together into the fucking what do you call it? Just going into Wolf's crew because she didn't want to run the crew anymore. And then she, if you heard the messages she left me, it seemed like she was blaming me, but then in turn tried to say that she wasn't blaming me.
Oh yeah, I remember that you sent those messages the day that happened.
Yeah.
Because we were on Farming Simulator, remember?
Well, some 12th members were in my crew, and then, like, fucking a 12th member put on an enemy tag and tried and jumped me, and you know, I get picked on because I cried. It wasn't me taking the game seriously. It was me not wanting to be the one that breaks up an alliance. And it wasn't, like I said, it's not because I'm taking the game seriously. It's me not, I wasn't trying to cause drama. I wasn't trying to cause problems, and people were trying to make the problems and trying to make issues, and that's not what I was trying to do. I was just trying to be a part of a crew and just be there, and people were trying to make problems for me, and it, you know, and trying to break up an alliance, and it was hard for me to deal with this type of shit, you know. And then the whole thing, you know, people fucking, then I have to deal with you know, so the leaders came to the people that were in my crew, because I had people that were, like I said, I had people that were in my crew from that were in 12th, and they actually made them choose between my crew or 12th.
God damn.
And the ones that, when I shut my crew down, because I was like, it's not fair to you guys that I'm leaving Red Dead and I'm not going to be playing for a while. Um, for me to leave and you guys not have a leader. Like, that, to me, honestly, it's not fair to you or anybody else. Because I'm not going to be here to deal with the drama and anything else. My crew is drama free, and I'm not gonna leave you guys here to deal with it. And they didn't want me to leave. They didn't want me to drop it. They wanted me to keep it going, and I couldn't do that to them, So I wound up just dropping the crew, and there's some of them that have gotten back in touch with me and asked me to restart it, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Honestly, it's too much responsibility, and it's not shit that I want to get back into. I'm kind of happy just being a member of a crew right at the moment.
Yeah. That's how I was for a while when I was in SHU. Like, I just was chill because... And Murphy's Law. Like, because every crew I'd been in, like, when I was in TNT, I wasn't in there weeks before Micah made me and Ray leaders.
Yep.
Because when he found out we had experience running the other crews that we were in, and he needed moderators at the time, TNT had, like, no members.
Mm-hmm.
So then Ray and I got into leadership team, and we, like, started recruiting off of Facebook things and actually built the crew up.
Right.
And so we built TNT into something big by the time we left it, and then, like, most of the people who were in there were, like, people that Ray and I recruited.
Right.
But the thing that was fucked up, though, about the thing that still makes me mad about everything with the Divine situation, how that happened, was whenever we defended Divine, when that basically just exploded our little friends group, they even went after Seals on Instagram.
Oh, Lord.
And Seals wasn't involved in anything. Like, she's innocent. Like, she didn't do shit all to nobody. Not even none of the community, and they went after her Instagram.
Oh, God.
And I was like, what the fuck, guys? Like, Jesus Christ, fuck off.
Well, they'll attack anybody and everybody. They don't give a fuck. If they know that you're close to somebody or anybody is close to them, they're going to go after and attack them. They don't care.
Yeah. And that was probably the one thing that really pissed me off in everything more than anything was they went after her. They went after her Instagram account. Like, they, one of them, they signed her out of it, and then the other one, they were actually following her and messaging her on her gaming when they somehow found it. Don't know how they found out who she was on Instagram even. But,
they will. That's just how they are.
And then the one good conversation that came out of it was, because we had a whole Discord with all the proof and everything, like, Pumpkin, willing self-righteous stuck up she is.
You know what? The funny thing is...
Like, there was much more.
Do you want to...
I didn't even know Pumpkin from a hole in my dick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't know who the fuck she was before that. I knew of her, but... Or, like, the attitude she had with that, even though the leaders, the 12th, had told her not to do anything. Like, nobody was supposed to be saying anything, posting anything, or anything about it until the leaders had time to deliberate, and she was blasting it all over Instagram. Like, thanks to Pumpkin, Divine was getting death threats from people.
Do you want to hear something?
It was fucking bullshit.
Pumpkin actually came and apologized for everything.
Oh, that she did to you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she never apologized to them. But you know who did apologize?
Who?
This was over something specific. It wasn't over the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
So we figured out that it was Slimy Slug that leaked the Snapchat group that we were all in.
I know. He told me he was the one that
did it. So the crazy
it.
thing is, even Slimy came back and apologized to me about that. Like, Slimy actually, to his credit, I give him a lot of credit for this because he did come back around and apologize to me on Snapchat. Like, he messaged me, he's like, it wasn't my intent to dox y'all or anything like that and like that. And I knew it too because I knew the point of view of the screen recording. When I watched it, I knew who posted it.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I went
you
after
came
him
at me about it because I also screen
recorded. I did too
because
because you also screen recorded. That's why.
But I
And the other
didn't send
reason
it to
was,
anybody. I just had it. I
yeah, but I
didn't
had no
send.
way of knowing that. I only knew that you and him screen recorded. I
Yeah.
also knew that he screen recorded after I kicked him from the chat,
Mhm.
because it still showed that he did it. So I knew both of you did. And then when I saw the screen recording that was posted in the pit, because Wolfie asked me about everything, like, did I Wolf?
Mhm.
He put it in the pit, and I asked him to remove it because it had our names in it.
Mhm.
Like some of the, like not mine, but some of the, like, it had Seals' real name in it at the time,
Mhm.
and it had Jesus and some others, like, actual real full names,
Right.
including Divine's. Ironically, Divine's real name was in that.
Mhm.
Um, so he did, and he apologized. Like, he's like, I don't mean to dox, and he asked me that, and I explained to him, like, we had a conversation in the pit, and I explained to him everything that was said in that chat and why, and he said he understood.
Mhm.
Because the majority of it was an argument between Jesus and Slug
Yeah.
over the divine thing. And then the part that ironically, the part that I was talking about booting was
Mhm.
venting, and it was actually directed at Tombstone.
Right.
Because Tombstone sent her an extremely nasty message. And that was the other thing I was mad at you about, was over the Tombstone thing, is because I noticed that he had me on his friends list the night before,
Mhm.
and I noticed he unfriended me. And then he came and talked to me in Timogen, and
Right.
he apologized, like, for the message and everything. And then that was why I popped in your party chat and mentioned Tombstone, because I saw him just in there.
Mhm.
Because I knew that Tombstone knew about the chat because somebody had told him,
Mhm.
and so I knew you told Tombstone something about it, and that's
Mhm.
that's the other thing that I was specifically mad about at the time. It caused a problem between us and him, and then he ended up coming around and apologizing, and we fixed it.
Right.
Like, the same day we fixed it. Like, Divine was asleep, so he had to apologize to her the next morning, but he was in the party with me and Timogen and everything, and, like, apologized and got the whole side of the other side of the story, and then he apologized profusely for saying what he said.
Right.
I don't remember what the message was, but it was pretty nasty, and he really apologized for it. But
Yeah.
and it wasn't even the nastiest message she got over that, but it was one of that was why we were venting and talking that we were in that chat, though, is because people were sending her really nasty death threats and all kinds of other stuff. They were talking about her unborn baby. There was people going around saying that she was pregnant because she got raped.
Oh Lord.
Like, I know there's all kinds of nasty rumors and everything. Like, people were just being so horrifically nasty over it, and nobody was even supposed to know, right?
Mm.
Because Divine didn't even post anything about it on her thing. She came to us and our little group because
Mhm.
we were friends with her for years to talk to us about the situation. Because we weren't at that point in time, we weren't connected to anything in the Red Dead community
Right.
anymore. Like, we weren't, like, we were just our own little friend group to vent to.
Right.
So a public thing. But Pumpkin sat there and posted everything publicly, even though she was told not to. Like, the leader said that nobody was supposed to be talking about anything about that until the 12 leaders had time to talk about everything and evaluate and look at the evidence. And
Mm.
before anyone got to look at any evidence, anything, like, that was getting blown out there all over the place. And
Mm.
it wasn't Divine doing it. So that's why I just turned into a complete shit show. That was just because people started coming after us left, right, and center.
Jesus.
Just because we were friends with Divine or defending Divine, people were coming after us and talking shit and all kinds of that. And because was friends with Divine since Murphy's Law, of course we were standing up and defending her.
Right.
Because I knew for a fact that she wouldn't have, because I admit I have done it before. Like, I
Right.
did it sneaky. And the type of friend I am, like, you have a problem with somebody, and I don't know who they are, they're nothing to me. I'll fuck them up in any which way, without
Right.
mercy. I don't give a fuck. So if she really wanted to fuck with Raven, I didn't know Raven from a hole. Just another random hole.
Right.
So if she wanted something done to Raven or had any problem with Raven, she could easily, at any point in time, told me, and I would have went after Raven, not giving a fuck. But she didn't. And the only time she had a really good opportunity to dox somebody that really deserved it was when Hulk was sending her unsolicited dick pics and then halfway blackmailing her about shit.
Mm.
So, and he did that to several women in the community. Like, it wasn't like there was an entire group chat of, like, somewhere between 7 and 9 women in like the whole 12th and everything community that he'd sent unsolicited dick pics to and had been and that he'd
Dude,
also been trading their nudes around like baseball carts.
Hulk's told me multiple times to go kill myself.
Yeah, he's just doing
Unfortunately,
that to everybody.
I couldn't because the voice sharing doesn't do it when what do you call it? It doesn't do it when you're doing live stream in the game chat, which really honestly sucks. I wish you could because then it would be there.
It's fucking toxic, but that's how some of us in Murphy's Law said good morning to each other.
Oh
We'd be like good morning, and the other guy would be like kill yourself.
Lord Jesus.
So
But
we were
like
joking, but
it sucks because they would sit there and lie and say, "Oh, I never said that," and it's like,
yeah,
yeah, the fuck you did. Like, how are you gonna lie?
but
Sit there and lie and say you didn't say that when you fucking legit fucking did, bro.
but that was some. That was one of the things that I put because I was one of the ones that got added to Divine's Evidence Discord to testify,
Right,
and that was a point that I kept bringing up was if she had wanted something to happen, she could have came to me.
right,
And like the fact that she actually had a legit reason to go after Hulk and didn't, that was something else I kept bringing up to him. Because
right,
she could have fucked up Hulk, and then
right.
she still didn't. And he really actually, in my opinion, at that point in time, like the way he was treating women on here, really deserved it.
Mhm.
Because I was pretty cool with him until I found out about that him, like basically, Bunnies did it too. Bunnies was
Oh
really
yeah.
bad for this, for trading women's
Oh,
nudes
I
out
know.
like baseball cards.
Oh, I know.
I was like,
Trust
Jesus
me.
Christ, dude.
He kept asking me for fucking nudes. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, he hit up every girl he could get a hold of in the community for nudes. And
Good
he was really charming
riddance.
and like manipulative about it. But he was also
Mhm.
really bipolar. Like there was one girl, from what I heard, that he was actually blackmailing them. These are booting her.
Mhm. He kept trying to come at me for that type of shit, and I no, thank you.
Legal disclaimer: I do not know if this is true or not because I was never shown evidence.
Mhm.
So like this is a rumor. Okay, so I don't know if this is true or not. So I'm not trying to spread out false information or anything.
Mhm.
But this was a rumor that there was actually a chat in the 12th Discord where there was new members that were females
Mhm.
that they'd put in there and blackmail them as basically nude slaves. Like they would get their home IP, and if they didn't keep sending nudes, they would boot them.
Oh Lord.
That was a rumor. I don't even remember who started that one, but like that would have been extremely fucked if that was true. Because that was something that used to happen in the community and other parts of the community back in beta when booting was new,
Mm.
is they would blackmail girls like that. Not 12 specifically, but other people, like different booters and stuff would do that.
Good Lord. Hi, Maltier. What you doing? Good wakey wakey. Hi, Maltier. Hello. Speak.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, we hear you now.
Are we there yet?
All right, I'm gonna take these over here. Not much, just getting this stuff built up over here. We'll use my main base for the main crafting and all that. I'm pretty big, you know. So how was your nap? Really? Did I ever what? On top of the roof up here. Over here, on top of the roof. The big, yeah, the big roof. There you go. Now you'll have a gene fuse.